Do what you will. Have fun. Make friends. Fall in love. Just be sure, above all, you win. Right, so I haven't posted for a few days, but I have a couple of reasons. One was I'm tattooing. I'm learning how to tattoo. So in the morning, I was going like 9 a.m. to go tattoo. And then after I was done with that, I would go to work. And so I haven't had time to record, even though I still made time to draw. So that's why, that was the main reason. But honestly, I probably could have if I just woke up earlier. I just would have got less sleep. But I'll see how I move forward with doing it daily. But we're back, and during those few days, I learned a lot about the direction I should take with, drawing, because I don't want my progress to slow down because it's going really good. So I made a plan to keep my studying consistent. And so I'll show that first, and then I'll just go straight into the plan, and it'll probably take 40 minutes to an hour just to do the stuff. Well, definitely I think an hour to do all the stuff. Consists of 4 things. So I don't even have to show you, actually I have it right here. I wrote it while I was drawing some other stuff. So the first thing was I wrote down all of the things I need to know. Well, you can't really see it, but it's head, torso, arms, legs, hands, clothes, and hair. So that's 7 things. And I was planning to do 1 every single day. So each week I would be hitting 1 for an entire day, and that day has its own focus. So I would be doing, that just lets me know what I need to study for that day, with references. So in those days, what I would be doing is, first thing, basic shapes, just to continuously do that every single day. Then after that, I would do some figure drawing, so that I'm just drawing the entire body. Then after figure drawing, I would do some reference study. So that would be the moment where I focus on that one thing, drawing its bone structure, drawing it in shapes, and drawing the actual muscles. Then after I do the reference study, I would review what I did from yesterday. So this would just be helping me recall the information. So it's not just I'm learning it and then I'm moving on to the next thing. It's I'm learning it, then the next day I'm still reviewing it so that I can memorize more. So it's super simple, but I think it's going to be more effective. Since I've already learned the whole torso, I was going to stay on the torso for a while and then not touch the legs, but what I'm going to do is continue with learning after I get my hand on hands a bit more. I'll continue learning the legs and the feet, and then go into this kind of plan of 1 thing every single day, just to keep it moving, so I don't get stuck on 1 thing for too long. That's something I learned from the first month I started taking drawing seriously, is that I stayed on drawing heads for way too long. I shouldn't have taken a month, because the progress is going to stagnate if I stay on 1 thing for too long. So that's all we're going to do, is the basic shapes, figure drawing, reference studies of hands today, and then, well, we don't really have a review from yesterday, so I would just do the hands. So let's get into it. I'm probably not going to usually show this part every single day, because it's just a bit redundant to have just drawing boxes every segment. But I'm going to show it this time, just so you guys know when I'm saying draw basic shapes, what it actually looks like. It's really not that deep or complex, but I just try to take one shape and then keep turning it, or show the form a bit more. I'll probably do something with form right after this one. But yeah, I usually use the boxes for perspective stuff. And then I'll use ovals and spheres for the form stuff, mainly. So what I'm doing now is just trying to flip. Well, I probably should do this. This is the... So that's the face. And then these are... Oh, should have done this, but I'll just make the top the face. Okay, I guess the top is the face. But then this is moving. Oh, the face is the blank part. We'll do that. The face is the blank part, so then I'm just trying to show it turning. This should be fairly intuitive. So that's why I try to practice this, where I'm turning it in my head. I like, see, this is facing us. This is a little bit farther down. This is even more down, and this is really far down. I'm not gonna worry about that because, well, I can get the, you can probably get the hand there. Something like this, I think. I need to work on making the boxes a similar size though, because these all look like different boxes. Something like that. Now, I did up and down, now I'm gonna go to the side. Yeah, I turned that a lot. See, and that's not the same size. It's supposed to be like a cube, and it's not the same size. That's close. And turn it a bit more. Okay. And then turn it the most here. If you're wondering how I'm like doing this so kind of effortlessly, it's because I was on Pinterest and saw a picture like this where they flipped it all these ways, and I had a spurt like last year where I was drawing it and I basically copied the thing and was just trying to make the different boxes, making sure I knew how to do every single one. So that face went that way, this face goes this way. So now copying that has helped me like be able to imagine it in my head. See, this box is much better. this is how this one should have looked. Can actually fix that because it's just a box. So if you notice, this is gonna be the same. This is just like a mirror reflection. This side goes in, this side goes in. Now this, I just start with the line that's outside. Since this is going away, this face, it's gonna just go more in. Instead of this, it's gonna be more in, and it's gonna be a bit shorter. And this one's gonna get larger, be the opposite, it's gonna be larger. And be a bit longer. Probably like here, actually. Something like that. I kind of ran out of space there, so you can see it's coming together. Looks like it's like a cross right now. So then they would go this way, this way, this way, this way. Pretty basic thing for these, but then these get a little bit more difficult because it's not just these two lines changing, it's these lines also changing. Because now I'm turning it, and I don't even know if I'll be able to do this on first try like I was with the other ones, but we'll see. Try my best. Kind of got that one. So this is still the face. We'll shade in what's not the face. I think this one goes out a bit more. Something like that. These go in, right? Yeah, I think those go in. See that this is where I'm messing up now. That perspective's completely off. You have that face there. It's pointing. This one's pointing straight at us. This one's pointing a little bit over here. This one's pointing even farther over there. Now I just need to make the box. So it doesn't actually have to be too crazy. It's more of this angle changing. And then the farthest most one, it's like the diamond is getting slimmer, or this face is getting slimmer as it goes away. And this bottom line is gonna just match this. Yeah, so that's that one. It's okay. Oh, wasn't really showing it, but yeah, that one would go. It's pretty good. I almost want to stop now, but let me just do this one, but maybe this way, so it's a little bit different. And then move on to the next part, the figure drawing. So this is going to turn this way. So the corner is going to be here. It's not going to go straight, but it's going to be a bit up. Same thing with the other side. And then it's just going to match. Oh, I'm not doing this one right. I was like, am I doing this right? I was kind of confused for a second. I think I turned it a lot. That's not how much I wanted to turn it. Oh wait, maybe it's fine. Not sure. Just trying to make sure this cube actually looks like a cube and it's not like a rectangle. It's pretty rectangular right now, but it's okay. This is just practice. So this is the face, or this is the face. Yeah, this side is going terribly right now. Oh my gosh. See, this is when I know, okay, I have this weakness. Now tomorrow, I'll focus on these and not really do these as much. Or I can still do them, but it's like, I know I need to focus on these more and probably do more of them. Because I can't. Not that I can't. I'm just messing up right now. Very hard to visualize this for me right now. I think I got it. Something like that. Still a bit rectangular, yeah. It is a bit rectangular, but it is the perspective I was going for, I'd say, so. Then this one. There we go. These are a bit too similar. It should have turned more like this one, but it's something close to what I was doing. We can even put the dot in the middle to represent the face. Yeah, this is essential. Because if I can't even do this, if I learn a body part and then I can't move it in this angle, it's gonna be because I can't even do this. It doesn't make sense to be able to draw a arm that's bent towards the camera this way. I wouldn't be able to do that unless I know how to do even this. So it's important to do these things. Now we'll move on to the figure drawing part. I'll just look for some reference and then get to drawing this. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. Maybe like 5 minutes. Do some quick figure drawing. Also I'm gonna try to minimize the amount I'm talking because I think it's good that I can talk, but I don't know, maybe you guys won't want to hear my voice the entire time. Might be annoying. I don't know. I'll see. I'll just try not to talk as much during this segment and see how I feel about it. Here, right there was about 6 minutes. Very rough. Definitely like this one. Has the gesture that I wanted in it. Probably normally I would do, well, on my own time I'll do some more. I just don't want the entire video to be like, I'm fine with the video being long. I just don't want it to be extremely long every time. And also I don't feel like I need to record every single thing. I just need to, as long as you guys know what I'm doing, you know. You know that I'm gonna be doing the figure drawings. I'm just gonna be doing more volume of them, like off the camera. One thing I was planning to do was using the same figures, maybe not these, but some other ones, using the same ones for like maybe a week and drawing those same ones every day. And then when I record, I can just do some different ones, but I'll do the same ones on my own time every day just to improve like that specific pose. Because then I won't just know how the figure is gestured. It's like I know that pose and it's in my mind and I can use it for later if I wanted to. Because I notice when I'm just drawing these by itself, I can't really remember them. Just doing it one time. Like I just can't remember it at all. And it's like wasted information. So it's like, why not just use the information instead? Make it useful. Yeah, I'm planning to do that. But now that we have the figure drawing part, we're gonna get into the anatomy portion. I could do some here. I have space. So it's gonna be hands. And I have a board with the hands, a Pinterest board with hands in it. So I'm just going to draw from reference and construct the hands. Yeah, just start with this hand. So what I'm gonna do is break down the like palm part. Like this. And then the thumb here. So then it's like this. We'll see how hard this is. Kind of like the not talking as much. Could focus on the drawing. So probably I'll start doing that. If I talk, it's gonna be talking to myself. Maybe just trying to memorize certain parts a bit more, like the anatomy. That's the first part of the finger. Second part. Okay, second part. Third part. Okay. Okay, now that this in. Lighten it up. Spaced out this finger too much. Diamond for the knuckle. Okay, doesn't look horrible. Does need work, but does not look that bad. It's a believable hand, I would say. All right. Let me zoom in a bit. Well, they weren't lying. Hands are a bit difficult. Let's do another one. Yeah, I want the videos to primarily be like this part where it's the studies. Even though by the time I learn everything, it's all going to be the same. So it won't really matter. goes another hand. Okay, so got a decent shape going on. We have the dang, this is off. There it goes. That's the right size. This one came out okay. Looks good. Let me get rid of that because I drew through that. I'm seeing another thing I'm noticing, or one thing I learned in gesture drawing is when you have parallel lines, this is not that attractive. But when you have like a parallel line and then a smooth line, it makes it a bit more attractive. Even this doesn't look like all that. But that contrast kind of brings something to the table. So if I'm making a finger, I might want to, like if I do the top, maybe I might have a slight bow, maybe, just to show that there's some type of form to it. Then when I get down to the bottom, I can really bow it. Seeing that it really adds to that look. Yeah, I'm surprised I even did it in one try, but what I was thinking was maybe if I am stylizing, if I did just the lines, maybe it'll look different. I don't know. If I just did straight lines instead of bowing it a little bit, I was like, would that look bad? I don't know, it still looks pretty similar. But then maybe if I bow these, I could curve the top part of the finger and then make it straight. What would that look like? Then this would get fatter. I don't know. Something to explore though later. Just keeping it in mind. I don't want to fall into the trap of looking for a style when I don't know how to draw things the correct way first. Because this could look good. It just depends on how I use it or what my style looks like at that time. Yeah, I probably need to. I'm going to do more of these. This is the same thing where it's, if I do this same hand enough times, I would know how to draw this without looking at a reference. Everything is repetition. But it's also good to know how to just construct something. So even if I haven't looked at it, then I could still draw it because I know how it's made. That's why I'm breaking it down to like the palm being like this, and then having, oh, not even showing it. That's why I'm breaking it down to shapes like this, palm being like this, and then having, you know, the thumb be separate. And then once I know how to do that, and look, these are all shapes that I'm doing. Once I know how to do that, then I can just add the thumb. This is rough because I don't know, I haven't drawn from my mind yet, but looks close. Then these just go like forward. See, but right here I'm just constructing it without looking at reference. But for now, I will be using reference to make these. The middle finger is a bit bigger. Oh, this one probably here. Middle finger a little longer. This one down here. And pinky is the shortest one. So I'm just kind of using a little bit of anatomy to get these down. And then can add a curve for this. See, in moments, I've created a hand from not memory, but in my imagination, just using what I know. And this is like my first day drawing hands almost. Like I've drawn them before, but I've studied before, but not intensely. Definitely not intensely. But this is something you can use now in a drawing. This part is a bit different, yeah. But yeah, look. It looks like a hand. So yeah, that's the stuff you can do if you know the shapes and putting them into perspective and stuff, and the anatomy as well. So what it really comes down to is me just doing this enough times, and then doing this, going back and forth basically. Doing this, and then tomorrow, maybe trying to do this from recall, but doing this method, just constructing what I remember. So that'll be it for today's longer video than normal, but I got a lot of information in, and I'm showing you guys the new study method I'm going to be using for months to come, because it's not really going to change from this. It's going to maintain this basic shapes. In fact, I'm going to write in this one because I have it in my other sketchbook. I'm right over here. It's basic shapes to begin with. And then we moved on to, well, this is also in perspective. So in perspective, in form. I didn't show the form part, but maybe I can show that tomorrow. Then moved on to figure drawing. It was a short segment, but I will normally do more of those throughout the day when I have free time. And then the studies, anatomy studies. Not only anatomy studies, but also clothes and hair. Just complete character studies, but just breaking it down throughout the week. And then the final step, which we're not going to do today, but we will do tomorrow with the hands, is recall. Maybe recall through construction. Maybe I'll call it that. And yeah, I'm trying to put these down so that when I go back to this in the next year, I know exactly what I practiced to get to where I will be. And then I can show other people, okay, this is what I did to get to this point. So just 4 steps every day. And we'll test this out and see how this goes. So I'll see you guys tomorrow then.